so he can't turn the corner. Turn this into a power rush. You know, he's less of a power rusher than he is, you know, an edge rusher, and don't let him turn the corner. So the Colts this week have a big challenge with the Steelers defense. They're going to have to neutralize the two outside linebackers. But the one thing the Colts have going for them is they're playing at home. They don't have to deal with the stupid Steelers terrible towels in Indianapolis.
Well, I tell you what, Coach. You got to deal with it today in the studio. Hey, the late, great Myron Cope and the terrible towel. One thing we know about the Steelers fans is that they do travel, and Shane Steichen and Anthony Richardson are going to have to deal with these outside linebackers if they want to win. Please don't forget to catch us every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on the CW. You guys enjoy the games. We can't see the paper, Chad.
It says call me.
Now at 10, nearly 4 dozen people are dead tonight, and millions are without power in multiple states. We've got the latest on the widespread damage left behind by Hurricane Helene.
Plus, it is one of the more dangerous highways in the country, and soon speed cameras will be installed along PCH, nearly a year after 4 Pepperdine students were killed in a horrific speed-related crash.
And gas siphoning is on the rise in the Inland Empire. We're going to show you how thieves are drilling into gas tanks to drain the fuel and leaving the driver stranded. Now, on the news at 10. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the News at 10. I'm Rick Chambers.
And hi there, I'm Courtney Friel. Micah and Cher had the night off. We start back east where dozens of people are dead. Others stranded after Hurricane Helene leaves a massive path of destruction in Florida and across the South.
Now, rescuers are still underway tonight. The damage is estimated to be between $15 and $26 billion. Chris Wolf in our news center. He's got a look at the damage and the situation there at this hour. Chris?
Yeah, Rick and Court. The death toll is expected to rise, but at last word, Helene had killed at least 45 people, including 3 firefighters, a woman and her newborn twins, and an 89-year-old woman whose home was struck by a falling tree. Tonight, public safety personnel are warning residents in eastern Tennessee to get to higher ground immediately to avoid flash flooding downstream from a dam, which is expected to fail at any moment.
It came, it conquered, it killed, it destroyed.
Anybody in your house? Fire department! Hey, come on out, we got a boat.
Hurricane Helene made landfall in Florida's Big Bend region along the Gulf Coast late Thursday night, packing winds of up to 140 miles an hour. It weakened, but continued barreling up through Georgia. The storm, which ranks among the most powerful to strike the United States, continued to pound the region with high winds, extensive rainfall, and what's described as catastrophic flash flooding.
It's hard to take in. However bad we imagined it would be when we were fighting this thing in the darkness, it's so much worse in the daylight.
At last word, nearly 5 million utility customers were without power in Florida, Georgia, North and South Carolina. Emergency crews have been working around the clock, plucking victims, people, pets from the murky floodwaters.
Hop on the back of my truck.
I don't know if I can get it.
One Good Samaritan used his airboat to rescue neighbors trapped in high water and debris in the Tampa, Florida area.
Crazy looking, man. Like I said, we've never seen anything like this, never experienced anything like this.
It got up to at least 3 foot in my house. I never thought I'd have water in my house.
Communities ripped to shreds, towns underwater. Relief and recovery will not come quickly for those in the hardest hit areas, as officials warn the threats associated with Helene remain.
The end of the rain is not the end of the threat.
We can't stop the waves, can't stop the rising water, can't stop the rivers, and certainly can't stop the trees from being uprooted.
Helene dumped up to 2 feet of rain in portions of North Carolina and South Carolina and set a record for the worst flood in North Carolina's recorded history, according to officials. California is sending 151 firefighters and support personnel, including members of the Los Angeles Fire Department. Live in the news center, Chris Wolf, KTLA 5 News.
All right, Wolfie, thanks for that. Thankfully, Helene is no longer a hurricane, but still causing a lot of problems. Kai's here. He's been watching it in the center.
Yeah, post-tropical Helene, and she's still a pretty vicious storm, making her way north tonight, but again, not a hurricane. Made landfall along that Big Bend area, however, as a Category 3 hurricane, extremely strong, and we saw, as you saw in the video, tremendous flooding that took place throughout much of that Panhandle community area, and we actually saw storm surge anywhere between 10 to 15, 20 feet. And this storm system, which once again now is a little bit further to the north, just on the western side of Kentucky, continuing to just meander around that region through the night tonight and through much of the weekend, really. And we're still looking at some strong gusts of up to 40 miles per hour. Now, the reason that Helene was so strong was not only did she come out of some very hot waters which fuel those hurricanes, but we saw another area of low pressure that sort of combined with it. So we call that a Fujiwara effect. And the two systems coming together, that's why she was so strong, so violent. But we've got a great night here in Southern California, folks. The fog's a big story tonight. I'll tell you about that. We'll get into some heat for Southern California as we take a look at the extended forecast. Guys, back to you.
Kai, thanks so much. Back to the headlines. Speed cameras will soon be installed along a dangerous and deadly stretch of Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu. More than 60 people have died on that stretch of PCH since 2010, including 4 Pepperdine University sorority sisters nearly a year ago.
Let's go to John Fenolio. He's live there in Malibu. He's got more on the speed cameras, but also reaction from the residents. John?
According, Rick, that's right. The signs are everywhere along PCH urging drivers to slow down. The posted speed limit here is usually 45 miles per hour, but that has not prevented many drivers from flying down this winding coastal road, often with deadly consequences. It is one of California's most beautiful highways, and one that's paved in tragedy. Scores of deadly crashes along Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu have cast a pall over this picturesque coastal community.
We've lost 60 lives just since 2010.
Prompting Governor Gavin Newsom to take action.
So I'm here on the Pacific Coast Highway, and I just signed a bill that would authorize 5 cameras, up to 5 cameras, enforcement cameras.
The bill, known as SB 1297, will add 5 speed cameras along a 21-mile stretch of PCH to target and fine speeding drivers. Local residents say the cameras can't come soon enough.
People just go so fast and use it as a speed track. So I think it's great. I think people need to slow down.
Malibu City Council declared a local emergency last November to address the public safety risk caused by speeding drivers, prompting the CHP to step up enforcement.
I'm glad to see him implement it because the PCH isn't a freeway, and every time I drive it and I see people crossing it or people speeding, it's terrifying.
Newsom's sign-off today comes nearly a year after a horrific crash that killed 4 Pepperdine students on a section of PCH known as Dead Man's Curve. Prosecutors say the 22-year-old driver was going more than 100 miles per hour the night of October 17th when he veered onto the shoulder and slammed into 3 parked cars, hurling one of the vehicles into the girls who were standing by the side of the road.
When something like, the 4 girls, the 4 students were killed, it touches the whole community because